Sadhguru, coming to the first question, I'd like to draw your attention to a very recent event that took place in West Bengal, where a group of doctors were brutally beaten up by raged family members of a patient who died during his treatment. Sadhguru, how do you think we as medical students are supposed to deal with this violence against healing hands?
Well, in Bengal, everybody gets beaten up. Not just the doctors. Every day you're hearing it all over the place, just about everybody gets beaten because unfortunately, we have created a culture of violence. Everything is settled this way. There are many reasons, these are political stuff, I don't think it's relevant to go into that here, but this is very important for all of us, that we create a culture of peace. When I say a culture of peace, every transaction that human beings have, somebody gains, somebody loses. Yes or no? In every transaction, whether it's within the family, in the community, in the larger situations in the country or among nations, whatever you do, always someone loses, someone gains a little bit. How to go through these transactions without making them frictious or conflict? This has to come within every one of us, that when I lose, I don't want to beat you. I have some other way of settling it. This doesn't mean I will simply lose. No, there are other ways to fight. There are other ways to fight than getting physical with you, isn't it? So, this culture of peace will not come just like that. This culture of peace needs to be… it's a generational work. It's not like one day slogan, you all shout and go back home, that's not going to work. It's a generational work. It's about how we bring up our children, it's about how we behave on the street, how we interact with each other. On all levels, we create a culture of peace. As a part of this, because this is the 150th anniversary of Mahatma's birth anniversary, I am also part of the 20-member committee chaired by the Prime Minister for this purpose. As a part of this, we are doing various other things, but one aspect of it is about culture of peace. So we are doing major events in the world with top celebrities. The idea of bringing the celebrities in is so that the world's eyeballs will come to it. People should understand there is a way of dealing with things peacefully. Mahatma is a representative of this, that he found peaceful solutions for very violent problems. Not only in India, using his inspiration, Nelson Mandela in South Africa, Martin Luther King in United States, the entire movement there, very violent problems, but peaceful solutions were found. This is important if all of us want to exist. Why I'm saying this is, there was a time when the only weapon we could pick up was a stick. The stick became a sword, the sword became an arrow became a gun has become a bomb has become a super kind of bomb. Once this kind of destructive capabilities we have, it's extremely important that we have a culture of peace within us, because it's not just going to be a broken bone, I don't know how you got it. If you took a stick, it would be just a broken bone. Took a sword, just one man died. But if you took a nuclear bomb, now entire civilizations can go. So this has become extremely important now, that there is a culture of peace within me and around me. This is not going to come with slogans, this is not going to come with politics. This is a generational work that all of us need to work for, that we bring this into our lives, no matter what is the loss that we go through, we learn to conduct it in a certain way. See, whenever something happens to us that we think is injustice, we want to beat somebody. This is very important, that you learn to swallow injustice and work for justice. You don't try to fix injustice right there on the street. It's happening. So, the way the traffic is going in the country, just now I came from Hyderabad, the way it is going in our cities, if you don't hit anybody today, it's an accident. Hello? Yes or no? That's the way it's going on. But if as much as your car touches somebody or your motorcycle touches somebody, right there they get down and start thrashing each other because they're disappointed nobody got injured in the accident. Now they want to do that. How did this happen? Don't tell me, it's okay. So, to bring a culture of peace is not one day's work. All of us need to work upon that. First of all, we should know how to be peaceful. Peace means many things to many people because you're medical students and doctors. You know that human experience has a chemical basis to it. So what you call as peace is a certain kind of chemistry. What you call as joy is another kind of chemistry. What you call as ecstasy is another kind of chemistry. Agony is one kind of chemistry, misery another kind of chemistry, stress, tension, whatever you go through are different levels of chemistry. Now, this human body is the most sophisticated and complex chemical factory on the planet. Do you agree with me? Only problem is you're a lousy manager. Hello? You're a lousy manager, it just boom, boom, it goes inside. The bomb is not outside, the bomb is inside. Outside bomb is only a further facilitation of the bombs that explode inside, isn't it? You're watching movies where everything is settled violently. Your heroes are always bashing people, isn't it? Hello? So if you like that, and if you think that's the best way to do it, that's the way you will do it. What I hit with my hand, when I think I've lost something big, I will also bomb you, isn't it so? Hello? If all I have is my hands, I will use it. If I have a gun, I'll use it. If I have a bomb, I will use it. Every 2 months at least you're hearing from United States, somebody walks into your school and shoots all the children. Hello? You're hearing this, isn't it? Repeatedly, universities, schools, because they have access to guns. People think it's an American phenomena. No, no, no. In India, if people had access to guns, they would have shot each other everywhere. Yes or no? There is no gun, so they're slapping each other, or some people are more equipped, they're stabbing each other, all right? So please understand this, the violence is not in the society, the violence is within us. What have we done about that? This is what inner engineering means, that you engineer yourself the way you want to be. Nobody can take you where they want. If somebody else can decide what should happen within you right now, you're an absolute slave, isn't it? Hello? Hello? You don't like it? See, if I decide how you should dress, how you should sit, what you should eat, you'll say this is slavery, isn't it? But if I decide right now whether you can be happy or unhappy, peaceful or violent within yourself, if I'm going to decide this, are you not in slavery? Worst kind of slavery, isn't it? That what happens within you, I will decide. This is what you're allowing in your life. You're allowing this to happen to you, that somebody can decide what happens within you. If you don't take charge of this, you will live a life of a slave. When you live a life of a slave, you will always feel life is unjust to you. When you feel it's unjust, violence is a natural consequence of that. This happened. Can I tell you a little story? Yes. No? Yes. Okay. Because some of you are shaking your head like this, maybe it's a different society. I'm seeking your permission because For most people, the moment you say once upon a time, they think it's bedtime. Especially in the last rows, the lighting is correct. A yogi was walking by. What's this village? What's the local village? Huh? Chuppadandi. Huh? Nagaluru. Oh, Nagutara andru? Nagaluru. A yogi was passing by in your Nagaluru. A few people gathered and abused him. In every possible way they can abuse him. He listened to all the abuse very attentively, not ignoring them, very attentively. Then he said, I have an event in Pratima college. In the evening, I'll come the same way. If you have something more to say, you can tell me at that time. These are the kind of people, they will say 100 things. If you say one thing, they will beat you. They're just waiting for that. But he said, he heard all the worst kind of abuse, and then he said, in the evening I'll come back if you're ready for more. Now what do you do with this man? Because this man is like this, not because he's a coward. He's like this because he's decided how to be in his life. He's decided he lives peacefully and joyfully. You pull him whichever way you want, he won't come your way, he'll go only where he wants to go. An intelligent man or no? Huh? Just you must look at yourself and see. Anybody can drag you whichever way they want, isn't it? One word, just one word, they can drag you. This freedom, every human being, especially the youth of this country, must earn, that nobody can decide how you are within yourself and what you will do with your life. You decide. Otherwise, you will live a life of a slave. When you live like a slave, at some point your frustration will burst out as violence. So it doesn't just happen to the doctors, it just happens to everybody. It's happening to all kinds of people every day, isn't it?